diner on the east side of town. But now the west side location will close its doors for good after trying to fight through the economic struggles of COVID-19. Amy Miles, general manager for both of the locations, said the bills mounted as wallets tightened.
The infancy of this side. We've only been in business for 2 years over here. If it had been longer, it would have been easier to come up with more funding, have less bills due for equipment and stuff we've purchased in the past.
Like almost all small businesses, Miles and Shelley Mitchell, owner of the restaurants, applied for aid programs like the Small Business Administration's disaster loan, but their requests for help were met with radio silence.
None whatsoever.
We have applied for the SBA disaster funding. We have not heard anything back, not received any funds. It's mostly just twiddle your thumbs and hope you get a response and hope that there's money left.
Though as Governor Bullock's phased reopening begins, there's a light at the end of the tunnel for those at Shelley says they're able to try and get back to normal.
After these last several weeks, it's definitely a bright spot. We miss our customers. We miss seeing them. We miss seeing all of our employees. You don't realize how much you're going to miss someone unless you don't get to see them for weeks and weeks and weeks at a time. And our customers are definitely the bright spot in our day.
In Helena, Sam Hoyle, MTN News.
Now, according to both Miles and Mitchell, despite losing the west location, they were able to retain a vast majority of both locations' employees. Great Falls Public Schools has announced that they will not reopen campuses and distance learning will continue for the remainder of the current year. The school board spoke with health experts who advised that opening up the school would not be a good idea since the potential of COVID-19 spread is high. They also surveyed about 5,000 parents. More than 70% said they are not in favor of reopening. School Board Chairman Jan Cahill says the main concern is safety.
We certainly understand that this is an extremely difficult time for you as a parent and for your children. It was something that we didn't plan on. It's not something that we wanted to do. Unfortunately, the pandemic has created a situation where for your child's safety and your own safety and people in your immediate family, we needed to keep schools closed until this pandemic has at least flattened out.
And there's still no word if GFPS will host a modified graduation ceremony for seniors. Well, after an apartment fire last week left 31 families displaced, the property manager of the Glacier Apartments wasn't sure what the future held for many of her tenants. But thanks to the aid of the Red Cross, all families now have temporary homes.
It is concerning because a lot of them didn't have renter's insurance, that they would just have no place to go. I had no idea that the Red Cross stepped up like they step up, and they've been phenomenal. You think about blood drives and disaster, you don't really think about an apartment fire or something, that's what they do, but they have just been remarkable.
The Red Cross found separate housing for the tenants all throughout Great Falls and offered them rooms at the Heritage Inn over the past week. Over 10 volunteers and a few staff members banded together with local businesses to provide the residents food, shelter, and furniture. Red Cross Representative Matt Oxner said the Red Cross actions were met with gratitude.
This has just been a great example of neighbors helping neighbors, and everybody's been very, very grateful.
Well, at this time yesterday, our Storm Tracker weather team was tracking some showers and storms. Tonight, we've got a nice, clear evening. Brandon Michaels joins us now. Brandon, today, it was quite a bit nicer than yesterday.
Yeah, even though it was a little bit cooler today, quite a bit more enjoyable with the sunshine and not being rained on all day long. Let's take a look at what we've got for temperature stats. 64 the high temperature today in Helena, 63 the normal high. So even though we were a little bit above average by a degree, still quite a bit cooler than we were yesterday. As far as the current conditions, it's 49 right now in Helena, and we are expecting a little bit cooler night tonight. We've got a west wind at about 7 miles per hour and relatively clear skies here in the capital city. Looking at Great Falls temperature stats, right on average today, and we were actually in the 70s in Great Falls yesterday, so that's a pretty big fall off. Low temperature was about 43 degrees, so it was definitely a little chillier but still comfortable, and that's about what we're dealing with tonight. It's pretty nice, 43 degrees, definitely cooler than it was this time yesterday, but also not as much in the way of that precipitation. We've got that light west wind at 9 miles per hour. It makes it feel actually a little cooler than it is at 38 degrees. Now, it's chilly right now, but looking ahead, it's going to be warming up nicely tomorrow. We're going to have more on that later.
All right, thanks, Brandon. Well, one of the staples of summer is in danger of not making it out of the chutes. Rodeo executives discuss their sport's immediate future in the Treasure State, coming up next.
Powered by the Montana Television Network. The 10 o'clock news continues on Montana's news leader.
Welcome back. Rodeos in Montana are an economic driver for small towns and much of the state's rural population. But due to the COVID-19 pandemic, Montana is facing the very real possibility of rodeo cancellations, and that would be devastating for both the competitors and the communities alike. MTN's Tom Wiley explains.
For many towns, the rodeo is the centerpiece of the summer.
It's the biggest social activity that there is in Montana. More people go to rodeos than they go to basketball tournaments and everything included.
But with public gatherings limited during the phased reopening of the state, Montana PRCA President Jack Stensland says the early part of the circuit's schedule remains uncertain.
These small rodeos in these towns, it's the biggest weekend of the year for our town. We're right after the 4th of July. I don't know if the later rodeos are going to be okay. It's just a waiting game. It's a shame that we're in this game, that's for sure.
Unlike many sports in Montana, rodeos rely on sponsor support and gate admission for revenue and payouts. It's not possible to hold rodeos in the state without fans in attendance, especially while several sponsor businesses are hurting financially.
We need butts in the seats. The price of the tickets can only handle so much, so if you don't have your sponsors helping out, it would be a disaster, is what it would be.
The Montana circuit doesn't start until June, so no rodeos have been canceled yet, but they're likely not possible until Montana reaches Phase 3, when restrictions on crowd size are lifted. But without a clear timetable, the livelihoods of competitors, contractors, and entire communities are at stake.
Well, nobody's been in this predicament before, and it's scary. Don't know where everything's at and where it's going and how we're going to pay the bills.
And the pandemic is affecting all levels of the sport. There's nothing the Montana High School Rodeo Association would like more than to hold competitions without fans right now, but their proposals for strict social distancing and safety guidelines have been shot down by county health departments across Montana.
Well, our board put together a policy that copies governor's directives, and we added more to it, and it's pretty severe. We've gone above and beyond what it takes to satisfy them, but we've been pigeonholed and sidelined.
And without entry fees to offset the cost of hosting rodeos, high school competitions beyond 2020 are hanging in the balance as well.
When a kid enters a rodeo, then the association gets a piece to take care of our secretarial services and our end of the year opportunities, that keeps us going for the next year. And so it's been a huge financial hit for us. It's going to be hard to recover from if we don't get some rodeos going.
Competitors, families, and board members are willing to take any step necessary to follow guidelines and compete, but with the majority of high school rodeos already canceled or postponed, there's not much optimism for the season until we can move to Phase 2.
Right now, we don't have any opportunities to go to any rodeos anywhere. No openings in sight at all. That I haven't heard anything positive back from anybody. The state has a round hole, and they're trying to shove square pegs in it because every county and every community is different, and these health departments aren't seeing the difference.
Tom Wiley, MTN News.
The Montana Circuit kicks off June 12th in Glendive. Stensland said rodeo committees across the state are waiting until June 1st to make any decisions about rescheduling or canceling rodeos. Well, every year, the YWCA of Great Falls honors women in the community at the Salute to Women Gala. Now, originally, that event was scheduled for tomorrow, but due to coronavirus, it has been pushed back to August 22nd. The Salute to Women honors outstanding women who have contributed to their community in a variety of ways. This year, 7 women were chosen for the awards, including the Young Woman of Tomorrow and the Sheila Rice Lifetime Achievement Award. They were notified of the awards back in March.
Well, we are tracking some sunshine for most of the day tomorrow, but could still see a shower or two pop up. We'll have the forecast up next.
Thanks. Now, here's your Storm Tracker weather forecast with meteorologist Brandon Michaels.
Not too much in the way of rain through the day today, but we saw some rain yesterday and early this morning and late yesterday night. So let's go through those rain totals one more time. Went through those at 5:30, but most of us picked up some much needed rain. 1/10 of an inch in Great Falls yesterday, over 1/4 of an inch in Helena and also in Bozeman. Helena didn't pick anything else up after midnight last night. Great Falls picked up a little. Places like Glasgow and Lewistown, though, picked up another 1/4 of an inch. So a nice soaking rain all across the area. We really did need the rain. So it was nice to see that. Not tracking any more of that right now, at least not in our area. A little bit of moisture off to the south, but nothing all that significant in general. We're looking at fairly clear skies being picked up by the Doppler network, and we expect a good amount of clearing as we head into the day tomorrow. Why is that? Well, big area of high pressure building in. That means some sinking air, and that means clouds are going to have a hard time forming, at least through most of the day tomorrow. Eventually, though, we'll catch up with a little bit more moisture. You can kind of see a little bit of shower activity toward Seattle and Portland. That eventually will be working its way toward us. But again, nothing through the night tonight. We're looking at clear skies down to through the evening hours, 2 a.m. here, nothing going on. By 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, also nothing going on. Lots of sunshine to start our day off tomorrow. We're going to see increase in sunshine through the afternoon hours. It's going to be a really nice day through most of the day. Later into the day, we're going to start to see some changes. 5:30. Pretty much all of us are still fine. So almost all day long, we've got nothing to worry about. We start to see just that little bit of shower activity by about 5 to 6 o'clock. It starts to push in toward Helena between about 6 to 7. Possibility of a stray shower moving through. Definitely not a sure thing that you guys would pick up some rain. And the same is true as that kind of drifts toward Great Falls. It may hold together, give some areas a shower or a rumble of thunder, but in general, not expecting too much in the way of rain. We'll see another little batch develop into the day on Sunday too. So some slight rain chances in the forecast. Nothing you should be all too worried about, but we'll keep an eye on the radar tomorrow and Sunday and keep you updated if anything does develop. As far as the temperatures, is going to be a little on the chilly side tonight with those clear skies and the winds relatively light. We're all the way down to about 33 in White Sulphur and Great Falls, and also in Cutbank, 40 in Glasgow and Jordan. Those are your warmer spots here this evening. Through the day tomorrow, temperatures are going to be climbing nicely though. By the time we get to noon, we're looking at temperatures that are already in the 60s. Very comfortable there, and then staying in that really comfortable range through the day. It's going to be very nice. I think actually some of us are going to briefly hit the 70s by tomorrow afternoon. I'm going 70 in Great Falls and also in Havre, 71 in Fort Benton, 70 degrees in Helena too, and 72 the high in Glasgow. A little bit cooler for us on Sunday. A couple spots still in the 70s, mainly off to the east like Jordan and Wolf Point, but most of us in the 60s and some of the cooler spots. Actually in the 50s as far as winds are concerned. Relatively light for us on Saturday, but they will pick up as we head into the day on Sunday. As you can see, those winds 30 to 40 miles per hour, and that will be an issue as we head into Monday too. So you see Sunday, Monday, both a little bit windier, slight chance for rain both of those days, as is the case late tomorrow. Mostly sunny by Tuesday. Another chance of rain, probably a little bit better chance for rain on Wednesday with a high of 62, mostly cloudy and 60 on Thursday, and a good amount of sunshine, 63 on Friday. Again, PM showers possible. Definitely not a sure thing for us tomorrow in Helena. Winds pick up Sunday, Monday with those additional slight chances for rain. Sunny and dry by Tuesday, and then the additional rain chance on Wednesday moves in with a high of 60 degrees, and then we clear out towards the end of the forecast. Tim?
Thanks, Brandon. If you find yourself with more time on your hands, why not get your hands dirty? Details on an exciting new program from the Department of Agriculture coming up next.
Powered by the Montana Television Network. The 10 o'clock news continues on Montana's News Leader.
The Helena Senators American Legion baseball team was set to start tryouts yesterday, but storms washed those plans away. Of course, today was a new day. MTN's Sam Hoyle took a trip to the ballpark to check out day one of the tryouts.
It's the beginning of spring here at Kendrick Legion Field as the Helena Senators begin their tryouts today, though there are a few key differences from this year as opposed to last year. As you can tell, I'm wearing a mask, and many coaches and players are too to help limit the spread. They've got people at the gates taking temperatures of players.